So there was a time not even that long ago where I honestly did not like Google Pixels that much. When the first two came out, I was a big fan of it. But from like the second one to like the fifth one, I had so many weird tiny little issues with the way Google was kind of, making their devices. And honestly, even after the Pixel 5, there are still some things that I think Google could do a little bit better. But right now, I love the Google Pixels. But the first reason why I didn't really like the Google Pixels for a couple of generations was because of the camera. The first generation camera, on the Google Pixel was very decent. It was very, very good. And the thing that really kind of surprised me with the Google Pixel was that they actually went through and gave us a really good camera for that year. It was probably the best camera on a smartphone that year. I think it was 2015 or 2016 when that phone came out. And the thing that I loved about that was that before, the genuine consensus was pretty much, Nexuses and Google phones didn't have that great of a camera, but the Pixel gave us a really good camera. The Pixel 2 kind of gave us some improvements, but then the Pixel 3 came, and that really was not that big of an improvement coming from the Google Pixel 2 and Pixel 1. And I think when Pixel 3 came out, that was around 2018, there were already a lot of phones out that year that had significantly better cameras. And within a couple of months, we had the Galaxy S10 that came out as well. And the Google Pixel that, we used to have the best camera and then kind of had one of the weirder cameras of that year. Now, Google also didn't change that design language that well going from the Pixel 2 to the Pixel 3. And then when the Pixel 4 came out, that was already kind of a weirder design too. It looked like a normal phone, but they didn't give us an ultra-wide camera in that year. It was already missing out on that, good telephoto lens that we were getting on things like the Galaxy S10 and on the iPhone 11 Pro of that year in 2019. And also 90 Hz display on there, which was very nice, which was better than what we were getting on the Galaxy S10, but it still wasn't that good of a phone comparatively to something like the Galaxy S10 or the iPhone 11 Pro at that time. So I felt like for those couple of years, Google was kind of behind, not only in the hardware standpoint from the way the phone looks and everything, but also from the battery standpoint and also from the camera standpoint as well. So that was a very weird thing that Google kind of had going on for those particular, sessions. Now, on top of that, another somewhat weird thing was actually with more recent times, the Tensor chipset. I think the Google Tensor chipset is good and I think it's great, but I do think when compared to the Snapdragon chipset, for a couple of years, I would say at least for like from 2021 to 2022, probably early 2023, a lot of the games and, emulators I would use weren't really optimized for the Tensor chipset. As of now, that's kind of changed. A lot of those have been more optimized for these, the Tensor chipset, which is nice. But for those first, year or two, I was actually not that happy and I kind of hated the Tensor chipset. It was slower than the previous generation that we were getting, even on like the Pixel 5 at that moment, which was weird. But I have, kind of changed my mind on it a little bit, and I would say that the Tensor chipset has gotten significantly better as of this point. So those are pretty much the main reasons why I used to hate the Google Pixels. Right now, I love them a lot, especially the Pixel 8, but those are just a few reasons why I didn't like those particular ones. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, help me so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.